You know, I wish I had one of those big fancy range feeders like all the big time YouTubers have. Wait a minute. I could build one. I got an idea. I gotta go. Have you ever been watching your favorite YouTube channel and you see your favorite YouTuber and they got one of those fancy smancy chicken feeders, you know, the range kind that are about that long and had a little trough and had the little spinny thing on top that if a chicken tries to climb on it, dumps them right off? Yeah, you know, the fancy kind. Yeah, me too. The only problem is those things are super expensive, and I'm not a professional YouTuber or even a professional farmer or even a professional anything. But I want one of those, but they're super expensive. They're like $100 or 80 bucks for the smallest one. But then I had an idea. I think I could build one. Stay tuned, I'm gonna show you how to build one of those fancy feeders for less than 10 bucks. Much less. Let's get started. So, having a project that combines my two loves of homesteading and woodworking is just the best way to spend the day. That's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to build this range style chicken feeder. I'm building mine with fence pickets. Now, in my area, you can get the cedar fence pickets for a little less than $4 a piece. You're going to need 2 fence pickets. You can build this out of 1x4. Matter of fact, if you're going to make a bigger one, I suggest you maybe use 1x4 because it's going to be stronger. But I'm going to build mine out of fence pickets mainly because that's what I've got on hand. I'm going to be using 2 fence pickets and a piece of a stick. I'm not an expert woodworker or expert homesteader for that chance, so this is not going to be a perfect build. There's probably going to be glue spilled. There's probably going to be nails you're going to get shot through in the wrong places, so take it with a grain of salt. All right, I have set my fence at 2 3/4 inches, which is exactly half the width of this board. I'm going to go ahead and rip this board in half, and then we'll get on with the rest of the project. After you got your 2 sides cut, set those to the side. Now we're going to work on the 2 cutoffs that we had. We cut from the other boards, and we're going to measure up 9 inches. I'm making mine 9 inches, so you're going to measure it to 9, make a line. All right, so I've got my miter saw set to about 55 degrees. You can cut these at 45. I'm just going to do mine at 55. Now that we got our pieces cut out, it's time to put it together. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glue. Now, I'm putting mine together with glue and brad nails. The brad nails is not there for strength. It's just there to allow the glue to dry. If you want this to be really strong, you can use screws. But I'm going to use glue and brad nails because, well, I don't know. Because I've got glue and brad nails. All right, so rookie newbie filmer here. I got the ends glued on. I'm gluing on the sides, and I realized that this piece was supposed to be nailed onto the top of that piece, not into the side. And now that makes these pieces short. Golly. All right, so I went ahead and did the right thing and took them off and put them on the right way. Now let's get glue on this piece here. The second time today. And get the side pieces put on. Shout out to Jasco Goods. He's not the only guy that could screw up a build. All right, now I'm just gonna go through here and I'm gonna nail this pretty well because I wanna make sure that the glue dries good and it's strong because this will be holding weight. So I'm just gonna go down here every couple of inches, shoot a nail. Go over to the other side and do the same thing again. All right, so last side to go. We're almost done with this build. All right, so that is the body of our feeder. This is the body of our feeder. Now we just got to put the handle on top. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mark my spot for my screw hole, and I want to be about 3/4 of an inch from the top on both sides. And I've got a drill bit that's just a little bit bigger than my screw. I'm just going to drill a hole. Alright, now for this last piece, the roosting pole, you want something hardwood. Pine or cedar is really not hard enough and it will hold up. You want something, this is an old piece of tomato stake. You can just use a stick, anything that will fit right there, and you can put a screw in that'll rotate. And I'm just going to aim for the middle of the stick, screw it in, but not tight, just enough so you can get the other end in. You want it to be able to spin fairly well, and the squarer that your stick is, the better. Mine's not real square, but basically what happens is this is your handle, and when if a bird tries to perch on this like chickens do, they'll perch on it and it'll flip them like a spinning log. But that's it. That's the range feeder. Let me go show it to you in action. And here's the range feeder in action, guys. This is it. Now, if you not notice, this one looks a little bit different than the other one. I've built 2 of these. This is the first one that I built, and the chickens are using it. They've already tried out the roost pole and got flipped off. It's kind of funny. I wish I had it on camera, but that's it. It's strong enough to hold about 10 pounds of feed, maybe a little more. Guys, that's the video. I hope that you enjoyed this. This cost less than $10 to build. If you don't take into account the shop full of tools that I use to do it, it's a hobby, right? But you can do this with basic hand tools. Doesn't have to be anything fancy as you see. This is not fancy, but it's sturdy and it's holding up well. So go make yourself one of these. Your wife will love you. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this is helpful to you. I hope you've learned something. Go out and try to make something for yourself. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next one, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.